Hey, you guys, it's Life of Nikki Lee podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well and living your fullest every day. So, today we're going to talk about on today's podcast what holds you back in life. Having the wrong mentality is what holds you back in life. Now, as we dive into this a little bit more, let me tell you about 3 things that holds a person back from their greatest potential. Jealousy, envy, and an unrepentant heart. Now, have you ever been around someone who all they have is a negative point of view and all they say is, man, I want this, but I know I'm not going to get this because so-and-so, I'm doing the same thing that she's doing, or I'm doing the same thing that he's doing, and he got his and I didn't get mine. It's hard to be around people who speak like that for me because I'm a personal believer in, there's life and death in the tongue. And for those of you that don't realize, even if you don't know that you're doing it, you have to watch your words. You have to watch the things that you speak over your life, because you could be speaking a whole curse onto yourself and not even realize it. I tell people all the time, optimism is everything. There was an older lady that I knew, and she was, God bless her. She was a sweetheart, but unfortunately she had been through a lot in her life, and she always had something negative to say. She was always talking about what she didn't have, and she had more of a down in the dumps mood. She's always talking about, her husband died and she's left with this and she had nothing, and how things are just always hard for her. And one day I took her to the pharmacy, and we were just sitting there talking, and I said, why is that you always feel that you're never going to have enough? And she said, because that's the way it is. And I said, well, there is a such thing as, speaking positive things into your life and having more of a positive outlook. And she says, yeah, I suppose you're right, but, it's just hard to do that. And I say, yeah, especially, as life goes on and you get older. But I said, things can always change for the better. And don't ever forget that. This is what I want people to take away from this podcast. No matter how old you are, or regardless of what you've been through in your life, things can always change for the better. You can always call on God. You can always pray. You can always develop your relationship with God. Even if you feel like you've never just really known him, you can always have a relationship with God. You can always change your mentality for the better. You can always speak positive things into your life. You don't want to be that person who does not have a positive outlook, because the more you go through in life, if you keep a negative mentality, that's going to mess you up. Now, to the jealousy and envy, you guys, if 2024 is not showing you all why you should never be jealous or envious of people, I don't know what to tell you. You should never be envious of another person. You should never be jealous of another person. Why? Because first of all, if you're comparing your life to someone else's, how are you able to focus on your own? You'll never be fully happy when you're constantly looking at what someone else is doing. And, other people, you see their lives and everything looks great. And some people just have favor like that. God sees the heart of every man and every woman. And I'm not saying if you experience anything hard in life that I'm not saying God doesn't favor you, because we all go through something, whether you have favor or not. We all experience trials and tribulations. But what I'm saying is we all have our own destined path. Okay. We all have our own things that we're going to go through in our lives, and certain journeys are meant for certain people. True, some may have it easier than others and some may not. But the thing is, you have to understand what's meant for you is meant for you at the end of the day. What's meant for another person is meant for them at the end of the day. And once you come to understand that, then I believe your life will function a little bit more smooth. Like your mental is everything in life. How you think, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. Optimism carries you a long way in life. If you don't take anything else from this podcast, take that nugget right there. Optimism is everything. And it's always good to look at the glass as half full than half empty. You ever heard people say that? Half full versus half empty. Have that positive outlook. Whatever you've been through in the past, let it go. If something didn't work out the way that you needed it to work out, understand that happened for a reason. There was a lesson in that for you to learn. And the saddest thing is when you see people who get to the ages of, 40, 50, 60, and they're still holding on to things that happened like 30, 40 years ago, still holding on to things that happened to them when they were a child. I think that's one of the saddest things in the world, because holding on to hurtful things is going to drag you in life. And trust me, you don't want to do that. So always look at the glass as half full and not half empty. A positive mind will take you very far. And whatever you're going through, you can change that mindset anytime you get ready. You just got to take the first step in doing that and stay consistent in keeping positive thoughts. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. What are you experiencing currently in life? Do you feel like you have more of a positive or negative mindset? Leave your answers down below. And this is Nikki Lee signing out. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.